Baik tayo po umpisa ng video tamo ini. Beri ko magpasalamat ka rin po hanggang manalbe yan po makasubscribe po king channel ay ni kaya po patuloy yung paman niyo porta. Dakal po salamat king pamamiya pong inspirasyon ka ako. Para po ito ko po yung gagawin pong pamanggawa kong video. Dakal po salamat.
So hey, it's me, and let's talk about the struggle of finishing a wait a minute. A sketchbook. A bit of intro to the sketchbook. I've made this around October of 2019, but I only started drawing in it on the start of the year of 2020, which, well, I thought was gonna be my year like most people did. And then, well, 3 to 5 months in, we're very mistaken. Very much mistaken. Aren't we all? So, we'll take a look at the sketchbook. So the truth is, I only have 15 pages left that I need to fill in this sketchbook for me to be able to finish it, but then the struggle comes that I do not know what to put, and then there is also another struggle that I deal with, which is using other sketchbooks. It's every artist's struggle. It's the struggle of every artist out there. So pretty much I am using 4 sketchbooks right now, which I am all filling up for, and they are also used for different purposes as well. The yellow one is used for random sketches, the red one is used for watercolor pieces only, and then we have the brown one, which is an art journal that I just recently made myself. So another struggle an artist might face in making their pieces is comparing their art to the art of other people who are more successful than them, which prevents them from trying out new stuff as they are afraid to make mistakes. So, since we're complaining about not being able to finish our sketchbook for 5 months now, we're gonna have to do something about it, which is we're gonna have to draw. Obviously. So to start out, we will first need a reference. Now for good references, I always go to Pinterest because there are just so many different posts in Pinterest that you can always choose from. And for this piece, we will be making a portrait of a woman, which actually the reason why I chose this is because I like to practice portraits, especially practicing them in freehand because I am not very good with them yet, and I really want to get good at them. Even when I try to make portraits with the use of the grid technique, I don't usually quite get them right, so I really do need more practice for the time to come in order for me to be able to make portraits that actually look like the references, that actually look like the subject that I'm trying to draw. One thing I like when it comes to drawing portraits is always trying to put my own touch into it whenever I make it. I usually don't have a consistent art style, always bounce from one thing to the other. I always like to experiment with things, and oftentimes I make a lot of mistakes, and I'm here to tell you that that's okay. You can only learn if you are going to make mistakes, and from those mistakes you will eventually learn to develop your own techniques, your own styles. Although I'm not there yet, but through experimenting, I put more creative stuff into my arsenal that I can use for my future art pieces in the years to come. So for the coloring process, we will be using Crayola Super Tips. These were given to me by my classmate and my friend, JV Torres. So thank you very much for giving me this, allowing me to make this piece of art right here. And by the way, this may seem out of topic, but I want to send my congratulations to everyone who passed the University of the Philippines College Admissions Test. Results just came out last night. So congratulations to everyone who passed the exams. So the coloring that I'm doing right now is actually the first time that I'm going to do it. I haven't really used Crayola Super Tips for this sort of purpose before, for coloring and drawing portraits. So it was really a new experience for me this time, and I didn't really know how to make them blend with each other really well, so I was just experimenting as we were going on in the video. Whenever I finally get into the rendering part of any portrait, I always make mistakes on the shapes. Like, as you can see, the neck is a little too close to the chin, which is not the case in our reference. And I'm starting to think, like, around this time, that my drawing doesn't really look a lot like the reference, but you know, I just like to think that it's a bit of my style put into it. That's why it doesn't look like it much. But one thing I do like about this Crayola Super Tips is that they color very vibrantly. Although some of the Super Tips are already running low on pigment, they don't really color well anymore. But still, I still have a lot of useful pieces left. And I'm thinking of using them for a future video as well for my other pieces. They're just really good for coloring and stuff. So for the final part of rendering the portrait, we will be using calligraphy pens for the black outlines and to also give volume and depth to the portrait. I really always like using calligraphy pens for drawing portraits because they always have a bit of style whenever you use them from outlining. They have varying in thickness based on how well you're pressing down on the pen. So for fine details, I'm using a pen with a much more thinner tip, and for the larger volumes such that of the hair, we will be using one with a bigger tip in order to be able to better emphasize shadows in the portrait. Overall, I really enjoyed making this portrait and I really like the way that it turned out. I would also like to hear about what do you guys think about this video and the piece that I've made. Please leave a comment down below, and if you like the video, please leave a like, and if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe for more videos to come. That is all for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.